Dr. Timothy Harris of the People's Labour Party was sworn in as Prime Minister of the Team Unity Administration in a ceremony held at Government House on 7th June 2020. The Team Unity political coalition comprises the People's Action Movement with 4 seats, the Concerned Citizens Movement with 3 seats, and the People's Labour Party with 2 seats. Together, they occupy 9 of the 11 seats in the National Assembly of St. Kitts and Nevis. Speaking briefly at the swearing-in ceremony, Prime Minister Harris reflected on his own rise to the political scene and of the creation of Team Unity. He said the election of the coalition to a second term in office was indicative of the people's wishes for a better way of political governance.
When my political journey came, it came almost at an inappropriate time. Because in 1993, I had already committed to the University of the West Indies at St. Augustine campus that I would take on the career path of becoming, through hard work, through preparation, eventually providing leadership in accounting in the Department of Management. I was invited to come home from Canada to take part in the parliamentary and elective politics way back in '93. The rest is history, but I've come to believe that in some way, this must have been part of what the good Lord had ordained for me to become involved. And throughout the years, I have come to comfort myself in difficult times that the Lord is with me. Today, the successful outcome of our own vibrant democracy and political processes has enabled the swearing-in today. And for this, I say, to God I give all glory.
The Prime Minister thanked the voters for their vote of confidence in Team Unity, as the new government must begin its challenging work in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic. Glenn Batt, Skn Newsline.
Team Unity was re-elected with a landslide victory on election day over the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party, claiming 9 of the 11 seats in the National Assembly. It was an historic victory as well, as the coalition of 3 parties claimed 2 seats that were considered strongholds of their opponents. St. Christopher 3, held historically by the Labour Party, switched sides for the first time since adult suffrage in the Federation. Nevis 11, which was held by the Nevis Reformation Party for decades, went to the Concerned Citizens Movement, the CCM. The final results for all the seats were not declared until 8 p.m. Saturday night, more than 24 hours after polls officially closed on Friday evening. The following seats were declared for Team Unity. In St. Christopher 2, Janelle Powell of the People's Action Movement was elected with 1,654 votes, opposed to the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party's Marcella Liburd 1,422 votes. In St. Christopher number 3, Akila Baron Nisbet of the People's Labour Party picked up 1,342 votes over Conris Maynard of the Labour Party with 1,253 votes. In number 4, Lindsay Grant of the People's Action Movement got 1,284 votes over Steve Ransford of the Labour Party with 953. In constituency number 5, the leader of the People's Action Movement, Sean Richards, got 1,296 votes to Kenny Douglas of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, 721. In St. Christopher number 7, Timothy Harris, leader of Team Unity and the People's Labour Party, got 1,870 votes to Leon Natta Nelson of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, 607 votes. In St. Christopher number 8, the People's Action Movement's Eugene Hamilton got 2,234 votes to the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party's Terence Drew, 2,208. On Nevis 9, the leader of the Concerned Citizens Movement, Premier Mark Brantley, got 1,689 votes to Dr. Kelvin Daly of the Nevis Reformation Party's 1,155. In Nevis 10, Eric Evelyn of the Concerned Citizens Movement got 710, while Bjorn Hanley picked up 167 for the Nevis Reformation Party. And in Nevis 11, Alexis Jeffers of the Concerned Citizens Movement got 1,107 votes to Patrice Nisbet of the Nevis Reformation Party, 910. The 2 seats for the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party came in St. Christopher number 6. Dr. Denzel Douglas, leader of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, picked up 1,563 votes over Kevin Williams of the People's Labour Party, 476. The other seat for the Labour Party came in St. Christopher number 1, where its candidate, Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, picked up 1,658 votes over the incumbent Ian Liebert of the People's Action Movement 1,634 votes. Mr. Liebert, in a statement, said he will be contesting the results in court as he was not satisfied in the manner of which the votes were counted. We'll have more in a subsequent story. This victory means Team Unity will serve a second consecutive term in office. It also means that all three Nevis parliamentarians who are currently serving in the Nevis Island Assembly will serve in both the National Assembly and the federal government. At a public meeting on Saturday, the newly elected CCM parliamentarians thanked their supporters and celebrated their victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, we certainly have created history here on the island of Nevis. You know, 2020 has been a very challenging year for us with the pandemic and of course with our economic fallout. But this victory in 2020 is one that we will always remember, one that the Concerned Citizens Movement will always remember.
Many thought that it was not possible, you know, because when you listen to the pundits and all those who are doing their surveys and polling, they were saying that the other guy would win. But in the CCM, we knew differently. We knew that if we were to do our job, persevere, and bring out our voters to make sure that we make that mark for the CCM, we know and we knew we could have won the seat.
And I want to pay homage to the Honorable Spencer Brand and his team, because I said to Spencer, St. Paul's is in your hands. I will be up in St. John's doing the work. And he and his team spread out. They're spread out. And we have won St. Paul's comprehensively in this election. And if I win St. Paul's by 75, then Lord, when St. John's rolling, what's going to happen?
Team Unity supporters took to the streets on Sunday afternoon with a massive motorcade around the island. Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris was sworn in on Sunday morning. We'll have more on this in a subsequent report. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline.
In these stressful times, you need relief, a way to release your stress and care for your health. You need Serenity. Yes, Serenity Mobile Spa, where we come to your home and offer the very best in massage and spa treatment. Your health is our priority as we practice the highest hygiene procedures before, during, and after your treatment. Choose from massages to meet your physical needs, scrubs, facials, waxing, and much more. We also provide our customers a complimentary serving of refreshing local coconut water with each massage. During these restricted times, we urge our customers to stay healthy. We will come to you.
Call us at 762-0157 or 760-8899. Find us on Facebook, Serenity Mobile Spa Think It, or email us at serenitymobilespa869@gmail.com.
Serenity Mobile Spa.
Looking for a clean haircut to make you look your best? Then come to Creative Barber Salon on Church Street, Bastyr. At Creative Barber Salon, you can choose from a wide variety of services: straight haircut, cut and shave, square and shave, children haircut, ladies cut, square, and much more. Customer service guaranteed. Opening hours Monday to Thursday 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Friday to Saturday 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 765-0460. Visit Creative Barber Salon today on Church Street, Bastyr, specializing in all styles of haircuts.
Get the finest in Pandora jewelry at Noble Jewelers,
Fort Zante.
Like our Facebook page and get special offers.
Noble Jewelers, your Pandora store, Fort Zante.
CARICOM Observer Mission for the June 5th general elections in St. Kitts and Nevis is calling for changes to allow for much quicker tallying and announcement of election results. Head of the mission, Gaspar Jean-Baptiste, during a post-election press conference on Saturday at OTI, suggested that the tallying of the votes in the various constituencies be done in the individual polling stations, supervised by the presiding officer.
However, we would like to make a significant recommendation in terms of moving forward and making some changes to the election legislation. And it has to do with the timing or the delay in relaying the results to the general public or declaring the winners. What we would be recommending is that the preliminary count be done at the polling station by the presiding officer at the close of poll in an effort to speed up the process in delivering the results in a timely manner. As it stands right now, whereas it doesn't affect the will of the people in terms of expressing their views and the confidence in whichever party and in the way that they vote. But we believe it is too much time wasting, if I may say that, how the process is done, that you have to carry all the boxes to one central station. You have to wait for, if you have 18, like in the case of Christopher, constituency Christopher number 8, you had 18 polling stations. And so the police had to be waiting for each station to be completed before they collect the box to take it to one central point. And that causes a lot of delay.
Mr. Jean-Baptiste said 73% of the polling stations in St. Kitts and Nevis were visited by the small team of observers. Only 3 observers on the mission were on duty for these elections, summoned in short notice, Mr. Jean-Baptiste disclosed. One of the observers visited all of the 33 polling stations on Nevis, and the 2 remaining observers visited 71 polling stations on St. Kitts.
As far as our observation goes, we didn't see anything that came to our attention to believe that the process wasn't free, fair, and transparent. By the end of the process, we all express that the will of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis were expressed in the ballot box in a meaningful way, a very impartial way, with all the enthusiasm. We respect the outcome of the results based on their wishes. As we said, the process was free, fair, and transparent.
The CARICOM Observer Mission arrived on Wednesday night, just about a full day before Election Day. They met with the NGO coalition, political representatives of the various political parties, and the independent candidate Jason Thomas for St. Christopher 4. Their summoning came only days after local NGOs comprising the St. Kitts Nevis Bar Association, the Chamber of Industry and Commerce, the Council of Churches, and Evangelical Association called on the government to invite international observers to observe these elections, as they did not have the capacity. The leader of the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party, Dr. Denzel Douglas, said he was informed in a letter by the Secretary General of the Organization of American States, the OAS, Luis Almagro, that an invitation to the OAS to observe the elections was rescinded days after it was issued in May. The government claimed that due to COVID-19 regulations and the closed borders, provisions could not be made to accommodate the OAS observers. Mr. Almagro contended that the protocols could be made to accommodate the observers similar to that of Suriname, that hosted legislative elections just 2 weeks prior to the St. Kitts and Nevis elections. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. Messages of congratulations are pouring in for Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris and the Team Unity government on their historic landslide victory at the June 5th polls. The chairman of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, extended congratulations to Dr. Harris on the return of his Team Unity government. The people of the Federation, he said, who are the supreme arbiters of choice of government, have spoken clearly. As chairman of the OECS, I extend warm congratulations to Prime Minister Harris and his Team Unity on his victory, and I look forward to continuing the close collaborative relationship that exists at the OECS Authority as we collectively face the pestilential challenge of COVID-19 and its utterly devastating effect on our economies and livelihoods. The chairman urged the second-term government not to let up its diligent management of the current pandemic in order to maintain the OECS as the zone of relative security. He also expressed his satisfaction that, notwithstanding the intensity of the political contestation, the election process had been conducted in a peaceful manner, and congratulated all contending parties and the people of the Federation. Director General of the OACS, Dr. Didicus Jules, in a letter to Prime Minister Harris, also extended warm congratulations to him and his government, stating, quote, "This electoral victory reflects the renewed confidence of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis in your leadership and in your vision for the future of their country." The Director General pledged to continue to work closely with the Prime Minister as a member of the OACS authority and assured him of the deep commitment of the staff of the Commission in assisting St. Kitts and Nevis successfully navigate and address the innumerable challenges of this unprecedented period. Meanwhile, President of the Republic of China on Taiwan, Her Excellency Dr. Tsai Ing-wen, congratulated Prime Minister Harris in a letter to the Prime Minister on the weekend. On behalf of the people and government of the Republic of China on Taiwan, it is a great pleasure to extend my heartfelt congratulations to you and Team Unity on your decisive victory at the polls, endorsing your leadership of the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis for another term. I'm confident that under your leadership, St. Kitts and Nevis will continue to make strides in terms of peace, progress, and prosperity, President Ing-wen said. Prime Minister Harris also received congratulatory messages from Prime Minister Alan Chastity of St. Lucia, Prime Minister of Grenada Keith Mitchell, and several international bodies and diplomatic allies, including the United States of America and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Team Unity, a coalition of 3 political parties in St. Kitts and Nevis, won 9 seats, 6 on St. Kitts and 3 on Nevis, while the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party won 2 seats. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline.
Clear your mind and clean your hands. High Five Sanitizer is committed to changing mindsets in personal hygiene. Educating families in St. Kitts and Nevis about the importance of keeping our hands and surfaces clean is our top priority. It takes a village, and it starts with all of us setting a good example and inspiring a positive mindset. Our pocket-sized 2-ounce hand sanitizer bottles and their convenient dispenser caps are the perfect size for you and your kids on the go. You could also purchase our 1 or 2 liter refill spigot bottles for instant top-up. Our superior hand sanitizer is made with local aloe vera from our farmers in St. Kitts and Nevis, blended with 70% alcohol approved by our Bureau of Standards. So clear your mind and clean your hands with High Five Hand and Surface Sanitizer. Coming soon, our car sanitizer. Contact us on 869-760-6229.
Hey, scan this. Boy, what that stand for?
We are St. Kitts and Nevis Waste Disposals.
Oh, so it's I just rent the big bin for when people cleaning the yard and construction project and so?
Yes, we do that.
Okay, so what about septic tank and grease trap cleanings?
Yes, we do that.
Them portable toilet rental?
Yes, we do that.
So what about if I want to rent a sexy bar trailer for like VIP events or my outdoors wedding?
Yes, we do that.
Residential garbage pickup?
Yes, we do that.
Okay. So if my office have a bunch of documents we need shredded?
Yes, we do that.
Boy, I talking to you and you know, but when you answer me, I hearing like 10 people.
That's just the strength of our team working for you. Watch now. Call us at 662-3329 and we'll come and do that for you.
Like us on Facebook.
Autoplus Car Wash, located on the College Street Gut, Bastille, St. Kitts. Bring your car to Autoplus Car Wash to remove water stains, wiper marks. Get your doors, roof panel cleaned, seat floor mats, buffing, headlights, and engine wash. You get quality service at the best price at Autoplus Car Wash. They really care for your car. Call 765-5140 or visit them on the College Street Gut, Bastille, St. Kitts. Autoplus Car Wash, where the service is number 1.
Constituency number 1 candidate for the People's Action Movement, Ian Patches Liburd, said he will challenge the outcome of the polls after he lost his seat in the 2020 general elections of St. Kitts and Nevis. Liburd, who served in the 3-party political coalition called Team Unity, lost his seat to newcomer Dr. Jeffrey Hanley of the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party. After what was one of the longest vote counts of the 2020 general elections, Liburd issued a statement dated 6 June in which he noted his intent to challenge the results. He wrote, quote, "I do hereby state for the record that I am totally dissatisfied with the results of St. Christopher No. 1. A number of irregularities during the counting of the ballots have been brought to my attention, and for that reason I intend to challenge the results for St. Christopher 1 in a court of law." Libert continued, "Accordingly, I have already instructed my solicitors to proceed with the necessary High Court action in order to challenge the results of this undue return." End quote. During his term as Minister of Infrastructure, Libert implemented several major capital projects, including the construction of a new cruise pier, a new ferry terminal in Basseterre, the resurfacing of the Island Main Road, and the realignment of the Old Road Bay Main Road. Glenn Bart, Skn Newsline.
Skn Newsline, in a historic collaboration, teamed up with Freedom 106.5 FM to provide 12 hours of election night coverage into Saturday morning. The panel comprised hosts Junie Libert and Tony Frederick, along with Dr. Patrick Martin, Attorney Chesley Hamilton, and Skn Newsline staff reporter Glenn Bart. Political poster and analyst Peter Wickham joined live via video link in Barbados. Skn Newsline's news director Andre Huey was the producer. The team provided incisive and insightful commentary as the election results trickled in.
The polling stations that we visited, they were the lines were marked out in terms of the 6 feet apart, and unfortunately, it seems that did not really make much of a difference. Persons were basically clumped together. They were talking in groups. Some persons had masks. Some had masks around their necks. And some didn't have any masks at all.
And definitely, when this is all over, regardless of who wins, the electoral officials need to sit down with both parties and say, look, let's see how we're going to deal with this situation and streamline it better. Because we can't have a situation where such a small population, we're looking at 9 o'clock in the night and, polls are now closing and things of that nature. I don't know that sits very well.
The local vote, you're saying since 1984 we haven't had one of those sort of elections.
Subject to correction.
And in that elections, the incumbent won. So could the incumbent here, which is the Team Unity government, be able to spend enough money without the overseas vote to have its machinery deliver on the ground?
NRP candidate is expected to come out of St. Thomas's with a lead of 300 plus, and this did not happen tonight.
You were talking about Mr. Rensford being perhaps not as I think you used the word weak. He was weaker than perhaps, but but he is a little bit older, and Glenn goes Philip. I think you said he wasn't as athletic, but you know what I heard him say was Glenn was young and fit, and Mr. Rensford was a little bit older, and probably not as, and generally with age comes more calm and you're more demure and so on. So and especially with the Labour Party pushing the next generation, and they have all of these new, young, exciting, dynamic candidates and so on. Was that something that worked against Rensford?
At the time the broadcast ended at 8 a.m. on Saturday, results in 2 constituencies were pending, St. Christopher 1 and 8. The broadcast also aired on Skn Newsline's sister radio station, Voice of the Caribbean Radio at voiceofthecaribbean.net and at Freedom 106.5 FM. Live video coverage was shown on Skn Newsline's Facebook page, the Facebook page of Freedom FM, the Skn Newsline website at www.sknewsline.com, and Skn Newsline's YouTube channel. Skn Newsline would like to thank Freedom FM and the panel for this collaborative effort, and to our viewers and listeners for tuning in to our coverage, making it one of the most viewed on election night. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. Election day June 5th in St. Kitts and Nevis was not without its challenges. While most polling stations opened on time and the voting process seemed seamless, all was not well at the Kim Collins Stadium polling station in Bird Rock, St. Christopher 1. Reports are that the polling station opened 90 minutes late, combined with the lengthy time it took to get the polling station prepared for voters when it finally opened. No explanation was given for the late opening, but Supervisor of Elections Elvin Bailey said later that day that the extra time would be allotted after polls were due to close at 6 p.m. to make up for the lost time.
Yeah, it has come to my attention that there has been a slight problem up at the Kim Collins Stadium with the late opening of the polls. First, I want to apologize that that happened. It shouldn't have happened, but as the old people say, it is what it is. But to reassure voters in that area that the time lost this morning by law will be added on to the time this afternoon. So those who were pushed back because of the late opening, we are putting the additional time back. So those polls will not close at 6 p.m.
Some persons claimed that extra time was not provided and the polling station closed at 6 p.m. But the biggest peeve for most voters was the lengthy voting time. Some persons reported they were in line for 2, 3, even 5 hours waiting to cast their vote. One voter in Keon at the Keon Primary School polling station said he was in line since 12 noon and was only close to the top of the line at around minutes to 5 p.m. When polls were closed at 6 p.m., several polling stations still had long lines, including those in Central Bastille at the Wesleyan Holiness Church on Keon Street and Skellex office on Central Street. With the exception of these issues, the rest of the day seemed fairly well.
We are over in the heart of the constituency number 7, incumbent Dr. Timothy Harris, the Prime Minister of St. Skn Newsline. And we're here at one of the polling stations just off the main road, Edgar Morris Primary School. And we have seen that the agents from the two major political parties on the island have indicated to us that the election process over here at this polling station had gone very well. We're here at one of the polling stations in Connery, right next to the Golden Rock Commercial Park. And quite a few people, probably about 200 persons here at the moment, waiting to cast their vote. I had a talk with some of the party agents who have indicated that the polls have been going fairly smoothly so far. And again, that has been the story that we have covered since this morning. There was one indication, however, that the lines were moving a bit slow because there was simply not enough polling booths. There was only one polling booth, from what I understand. But apart from that, people are fairly patient. They're waiting in line. There's no arguments. And so things are running fairly well. I've been making the rounds. What have you been finding in your district? In your constituency, what has been the turnout like? How do you feel about your confidence level at this point?
The turnout has been good in my humble view from what I'm seeing at the different stations. We are optimistic that the people will vote to continue the building of a stronger, safer future for all the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. I believe that we have been tried, we have been tested as an administration, and we have been true to the people. So too, all politics are local. In constituency number 1, the people know me and I know them. As our mantra, you know me and I know you. I have done well from all accounts from the people, and I believe based on that performance, as one of my good friends would always say, one good term deserves another one.
Then back to Skn Newsline.
For all your printing needs at top-notch quality, go to Digital Print Plus, located on Princess Street, Bastille, St. Kitts. At Digital Print Plus, you get the best in business cards, letterheads, envelopes, wristbands, tent cards, rack cards, flyers, brochures, logo designs, posters, photos, architectural designs, 3D renderings, and so much more. Digital Print Plus gives you the best quality at competitive prices. Contact us
at 767-7468 or email digitalprintskn@gmail.com or follow us on Facebook at digitalprintskn. Digital Print Plus for all your printing needs at the best quality. Now you can have Skn Newsline on the go. Introducing Skn Newsline Android mobile app. Search Skn Newsline in the Google Play Store. Download the app free and stay up to date with TV news in St. Kitts and Nevis in the palm of your hands. With this app, you can watch our news reports, watch our live news feed on Skn Newsline TV, engage with us and other app users in the chat room, look at our special features, send us news tips, and call us directly. It's news on the go. The Skn Newsline Android mobile app. Download it free today.
Banners, commercial signs, decal printing, canvas prints, license plates, posters. We at Multigraphics are dedicated to providing quality products and service to our customers. Our team takes pride in the craftsmanship and is passionate about its work. Every job, large or small, is important. Most of our customers come to us through referrals. That's because our number one priority is service. We serve a wide variety of customers, such as restaurants, retail stores, manufacturers, trucking companies, and many more. Our capabilities include design, production, and installation. How can we help? We are located at Bird Rock at the Woodswright compound. Call us at 869-763-1511 or 784-491-7599. Multigraphics.
KVK Enterprises at Boyd's Housing Development, Trinity Parish, St. Kitts. For all your t-shirt printing, banners and signs, promotional products, shipping, motivational speeches, computer classes, agro-processing, art and craft, and desktop publishing. Come to KVK Enterprises at Boyd's Housing Development, Trinity, St. Kitts. Telephone 661-0118 or 765-7270. Email drkhrystus@kvklives.com or visit www.kvklives.com. KVK Enterprises.